Hello all and welcome back to my channel. My name is 48 Ton Ruckus and today I'm running through a selection of games in British vehicles. Starting down here at tier 4 in the Matilda, the medium tank of the new FE215B line. The Matilda, as you are probably already aware, has OP armor for tier 4. 75mm of turret armor all around, 75 at the front of the hull, 70 down the sides of the hull with massive side skirts, and 55 at the rear. All that armor and protection does come at a price though. The Matilda was only powered by a pair of London bus engines, giving it a top speed of about 24 km per hour. You are only going to see that top speed with a downhill slope and a stiff tailwind. It is not a maneuverable or quick vehicle. The gun is a little 40mm 2-pounder pop gun. The XB version gives you an excellent rate of fire, 1 round every 3 seconds. Accuracy and aim time are also good, and the penetration for its tier is fantastic. Standard armor piercing rounds give you 121mm of penetration. Armor piercing composite rigid rounds give you 145mm of penetration, but there are no high explosive rounds for this gun. They were never developed. That is a weakness. The biggest weakness though of this weapon is the alpha damage, only 45 per shot for both AP and APCR. It is not a shoot and scoot vehicle. You will never add up the damage that way. You need to catch your enemies out in the open and keep them in the open to get any kind of appreciable damage. So this match is on Dead Rail. It's a tier 5 game. I'm running solo and there's a couple of tier 4 medium and light tanks here in the open. You can see just what I mean about needing to catch your enemy unawares, or at least catch them in the open for as long as possible. It took a good 4 or 5 shots to get rid of that T28 and he was already on 130 health. Covenanter is the same story, putting shot after shot after shot into him, but it just doesn't add up fast enough and he's able to back away. That's okay. There's a M4 tier 5 American medium tank approaching. He is not scared off by the tanks behind me, so he's going to try and flank to my side. A missed shot at my turret. He backs out. I'm just panning around. I don't want to get caught out here by too many tanks at once. He's moved out in the open. He takes a shot at my well-angled side. Doesn't go through. And now he's trying to back out. Shot after shot. It's like a death from 1,000 cuts. He's still trying to get out, but he's backed himself into a wall. Still putting shots into his front. Still trying to back up. He's backing up a building, trying to get away. Got him down this alleyway. The perfect position. And he's backed off far enough to be out of my range. Move up. Covenanter has gone down. Got a few targets in front here. Another tier 5, the T34. SU-85B is behind the train there. It's always difficult to try and get someone from behind a train. You never know whether the shot's going to go through or clip hidden pixels or do what. M4's back. Another 3 or 4 shots to get rid of him. And now put this gun to use on the T34. See there, standard AP rounds easily getting through the front and well-angled armor on the front of that T34. Making him back off. Academy Road, A20. Now push up. Only 2 tanks remaining now. The game has developed fast. And it's just about over. I have completed the grind. I completed the grind for the Matilda ages ago. I decided not to keep it. I've moved on into the Churchills. It is a good tank. And it's quite easy to do well, even running solo in this thing. I've had matches where my team has crumbled and the enemy still have 4 or 5 tanks left. They will rush towards you. You just pick them off one by one with the solid gun and the tough armor. Only the T40 left now. We all know where he's going to be hiding. Somewhere up the back here. And there he is. And fire on the move. 2 shots were needed to take him out. And yes, Top Gun. Into the stats. Couple of medals for that one. Second class. 1400 damage. Top Gun. Need to work hard though to get that damage. 36 rounds it took. 30,000 credits and 4k experience. And a Ladislaus medal. Pronunciation for that was probably well off. But 2 enemy tanks or tank destroyers with 1 medium tank of a higher tier. Match 2 is in the Churchill 7, the tier 6 British heavy tank of the 215B line. It's here on Middlesbrough. I'm with Jamiroquai in his Fury, and I'm going to push straight into the cap zone area near that church there. I'm not going to lie, the Churchill 7 is not my favourite vehicle. In tier 6 battles it does well. Heaps of armour up front, 152mm for the front of the hull, and the turret is great. Big tracks running down the length of the vehicle, you can see there, make it very easy to soak up incoming rounds for no damage. Just make sure you've got your crew repair skills maxed out and the odd repair kit, and you are good to go. In tier 8 battles though, it doesn't perform well, as you'd expect, but the problem is compounded by the fact that the vehicle is so slow. It's like a Matilda, basically. And that often forces you into headlong engagements with tier 8 heavy tanks and other vehicles you have no right to be fighting. The gun performs well at the lower tiers, you can see here. We bully that VK-3002M, get a lucky engine fire. I'm taking some rounds from something with a very rapid rate of fire up the red's end of the map to repair my ammo there. Crusader pokes out when he shouldn't. He's going to go down shortly. Jamiroquai is charging down the hill. He's going to have to watch out that he doesn't get pinged by the same thing that's getting me. But he'll pull into the cap area into cover. The gun on the Churchill 7 is a 77mm. It has decent pen, 150 for standard AP, 208 for APCR, and 160 alpha damage. It's one of those high rate of fire, low alpha guns. Not much hitting power to start with, but as you'll see, you can keep tanks held down with this rapid rate of fire. So the T-150 is coming in. He wants to engage me. My first shot goes into his right hand side drive wheel, tracking him. He doesn't have a repair kit, it seems, and my reload beats his repair, so I've got this guy held here. Side scraping the corner of the monastery. He could probably get through the front of my turret with a lucky shot, but I'm not giving him that option. Pulling back into cover fully for the reload, only pulling out when I'm fully reloaded and ready to shoot. Jamiroquai with the kill, and there's what was hitting me before. It's that Matilda Black Prince. Get a bit of vengeance on that guy. There's only 2 tanks left now. Churchill 1 is not going to last long. Get a sneaky shot over the KV-1S's engine deck for the kill. And just the Matilda left. Die! Well done, team. Steel Wall and Brothers in Arms. 2.3 for myself, 1.8 for Jamiroquai. Top XP for him. 15 shots from 16 fired. Soaked up quite a few hits there. 11 hits received. 6 without damage. 41,000 credits, not a bad earner, and 1.3k XP. The third and final match is one I've had on the back burner for a while now. Finally found the time to show it off. It's got a nice little finish to it. It's a tier 7 match on Rockfield. I'm in the Comet, the tier 7 British medium, and Yoshi0234 is here in his Panther, the German tier 7 medium. I'm going to push up to the ridge, get some early eyes on. You know my thoughts on top tier mediums, cresting here and getting some early spots. VK up first. I pull back, but he's not likely to see me return, so I can hang up here. Very cheeky position to hold. More targets spotted. Get one off at the M6 and back into cover. It doesn't always work. I don't think you can just sit up there and not expect to take return fire. Sometimes I do take hits. So we've got a classic standoff here across the plateau on the high ground. Yoshi doing some good work there, keeping that bottom side spotted. And when I am fighting on this top ridge, I like to hang back from that that lip there that Yoshi's on. Being right up against that ridge there to take shots often exposes you to more enemies than you need to be exposed to at one time. So sit as far back as possible when you can. Obviously tanks with better gun depression. I have an easier time of positions like that. So cap has started. There's an SU-100 down there. No rush just yet. Biggest threat from an early cap like that is that your team all YOLOs off to try and reset. There's no way that cap is going to work on a map this size. Trading shots here with some heavy tanks. Not much going on just yet. Gonna try and spot again. And there's a target, T-150, out in the open. Cap is progressing, 42% now. T-150 has the stubby derp gun. Cap's been reset. It was never going to work. Getting some good shots on T-150. Pulls back. I can bounce off his upper plate. And with this last shot, I'm spotted as the KV-1S approaches. T-29's coming over the ridge. Look for a shot. I'm not pulled back enough, and the T-150 derps my front. That's alright. Yoshi's pushed over the ridge. He is going to be the focus of attention of those two heavy tanks. He's going to need a distraction very soon. VK3601H out in the open. Get some good shots on him. He moves into cover before I can reload. It's time for this 1S to go. Unlucky bounce off his side. Unlucky miss as the tank jumps around on the edge of that ridge. VK's back out. Two more into him. Takes him out of the game. Yoshi still holding on there. Dive into the valley. Remove the KV-1S, who's only got the, looks like the 85mm gun. And now I've got the rear of the IS. Yoshi's down to a one-shot kill. He's bailing out. Somehow gets a lucky shot as he passes the IS. And now we've got this guy surrounded. Taking shots from the T-29. Move my fire back to him. But look out, M6 out in the open. I swap my aim at the last minute, taking him out as he does a little jump over the ridge there. I think that replay was worth showing just for that moment. Swap fire back to the T-29. And a double tap from myself and Yoshi secures the win and another Top Gun. So not a bad game. Top Gun, Sniper, First Class, 3.1 for myself, 2 for Yoshi. 22 shots connecting from 27 fired. 44,000 credits and 1800 XP. And that's the episode done, guys. Thank you very much for watching as usual. I will catch you on the next one. Peace.